So the Old Abbey. Okay, so you're starting with both hands in the treble. I'll just enlarge it a little bit. Okay, right. Okay, so we've got 5 and 3. So your fifth finger's on middle C, and I think it stays there, doesn't it? Yeah, so it's staying in the same place all the time. Okay, all right, so anchor your little finger on the middle C then, and then the right hand on G. So as I said, and I'm going to put my foot on the pedal as well because we're going to use some pedaling. So we just need to be careful that you do the rest, but you just leave the chord a little bit. You do have to lift the chord at the end of the bar, but try not to lift it at the same time, otherwise you're creating a rest in both hands there. So rest, then lift it, and lift it. Now here, try and join that right hand there. Next line. Another join. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. Now we're going to pedal down, up, down with your foot, up, down with your foot, then off. Okay. Now the thing I was thinking about, just can't do two things at once, is that on bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 on the second line, you can actually join from that first chord to the next chord with the flat. If you just lift the third finger, because that's got to move from the E to the E flat, but if you hold the little finger down and just move the third finger only, you can use that little finger note to join to the next chord. So you're doing a partial join. One of the notes is joining, but not both of them. So you could do that there. And if you're really on it, you can even do to the next one. If you keep the third finger down, but lift the thumb to play the G again, you can use that E flat to join to the next chord. All right. I think we'll separate after that to make it easier. All right. So if I play from the beginning of the second line, so I'm going to lift my middle finger in my left hand, join to the chord. I'm going to keep my middle finger down, just lift the thumb, pedal down, lift both hands because the pedal is holding it for you, then up, down, lift again, up, down, and then off. Okay, now I'm slowing down and I'm not counting the same speed as the beginning, so eventually you'll need to do it with the counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start all over again. All right, okay. When you lift at the end of that chord, the last chord there with the pedal, you're actually lifting on the fourth count. All right, sometimes you can count the fourth count and lift it at the beginning of the next count, if that makes sense. But here you wouldn't. You would actually almost cut the fourth beat short. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, up, and then you're ready. Because if you don't, you'll be late for the next beat. So it depends on what's happening as to whether you keep the fourth or the last beat down, or whether you have to actually lift on that beat. Okay, so then we carry on. Up an octave in the right hand. Now again here you should be able to join this left hand, and funny thing here, you've got to lift the thumb out of the way while you play the A. So all you're keeping down is the F. Don't worry about trying to put it down again because it won't work. I don't understand why people write music and do that. It's just a bit odd, but there we go. So put it down and then lift it out of the way, so you just end up with the F. Then you've got to rest in the left hand on the next bar, pedal down, pedal up and down, rather I should have said up and down, not down, and then off. Okay, so let me go from that high G in the right hand. So join one chord to the next chord there, lift the left hand thumb, rest in the left hand, pedal down, up and down, up and down, and then up, and then you're starting again, next phrase. Now this time the left hand has the melody, so the right hand hold the chord, but do the rest in the other hand. 2 chords there. I can't see the fingers, they're so tiny. And then the last little bit, we're going to put the pedal down, go into the bass with the left hand, up, down with just the right hand chord there, and then up, down on the final chord. Pause over the top of the note, so hold it a bit longer, as long as you like really, and then lift it all off at the same time. Okay, if you can, I'm going to play it through once again with the dynamics this time, all right, but don't worry about it to begin with, just sort of get to know the music a bit first. MP is moderately quiet. Second line. Now we're getting louder here gradually until we are at the loud. Quite strong. Then quiet again. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Moderately loud, but not completely loud. And we're getting quieter. And then quiet again. So we've got these funny lines which I put a little bit more emphasis on them because that's what they sort of mean, but in the whole realm of being quiet as well, so you've got to be careful. So hopefully you'll master that one.